There's a process that you go through when you are pushing yourself every day. And if you can push yourself very early in the day, then the rest of the day becomes automatic.
Yeah, this will be the headlight.
Okay.
Gives you all the details. This one, the big one, just a soft to fill in and a bit.
I don't know what that means, but okay, I'm trusting you.
Just.
I will just stand here and do what I need to do.
Thank you.
Okay.
All right.
How long have you been open for?
August of 2023. We finished construction in end of September, and then we moved in October. So it's almost 2 years. This October, next month will be my second year. Well, nice, beautiful. I like the feel. Let me see here. I like the details coming through. The mood I like. The skin tone as well. Well, I mean, you've modeled before. It's not your first time.
It's my first time.
So, like, what's the... You were the face of CK Calvin Klein in SA. How was that?
Yo! That is such a long time ago. Well, that was 2010. 2010. I am in varsity at the time, pursuing my town planning diploma.
Nice.
And yeah, it was one of those competitions where it's basically a 1 in 100,000 chance of you even getting a chance.
I get you.
And I remember getting a phone call that I made the top 10. There were 3 guys from Durban, I think, 2 guys, myself and someone else. And the crazy part was that I didn't even see myself going far in that thing. It was one of those things where you just take an opportunity and see what's going to happen.
That's right.
Yeah, I'm bored at the time. I think the school was striking, the varsity was striking, so I'm like, okay, cool. We can do something on our day off. And
beautiful.
Then I make the top 10. I fly up to Joburg and I end up winning it. Very weird. Very weird.
Sweet. Man, I guess that's when it's like, man, you've got a body, you've got the exposure.
You know what people don't understand is you never understand the magnitude of the storm when you're in the storm, if that makes sense. It's almost like watching a car accident. You can see a car accident from the outside and it looks very, very bad. But you inside, you go through the pain, but you're like, well, it's not as bad.
Yeah.
Similarly, all of this is happening so quickly. I'm not understanding that, wait, this is big. But everyone else is saying to me, wait a minute.
Yes. I can somehow relate to that because when I was in varsity at UNP, it's now UKZ in Maritzburg, Axe Deodorant was looking for the Axe man.
Yeah.
So they came to campus. A friend of mine saw me at the gym working out, and he was like, George, you should go and apply for it. I think you will. I'm like, whatever. So like, after my session, I went to, they were still at the student union, there was a competition, speakers, whatever.
So you were there on the lawns by the library?
Exactly.
Yeah, I know that area, very well.
I fill in the form, put in the reason why I should be the Axe man.
Yeah.
Forgot about it. And then one afternoon, in between lectures, I was taking a nap. I got a call from Carly. She's from it was Student Village that was organizing that on behalf of Unilever. So, hey, George, this is Carly from Student Village. Congratulations, you won. You are the Axe man. I'm like, what the fuck?
How was that feeling for you?
It was like that very moment, right? I was ecstatic. I'm like, damn, because I was gonna get a car.
Yes.
I was gonna get a monthly stipend for petrol and wardrobe every month because I have to live to be the Axe man,
So wait, now you, at the time now you become the image for the brand, and they make sure that you live up to the image, so they give you all these things.
Yes, and that was it was a whirlwind, man.
Yeah.
I would get 10 cases of any alcohol I wanted from SAB. every month. And my mandate was to throw an event, a promotional one event on campus per month. Right. And then, of course, the perks. They got me the Archangels that I used to work with. You know, it was a blessing and a curse because
Did you have a rotating door there by your dorm?
Oh, yes.
Okay.
But then I didn't know who was my true friend.
Yeah.
Because I had alcohol and I didn't even drink alcohol. Right. So I didn't know who was my true friend. People coming in, going in, Georgie and this, you know. And yeah. What's been your most memorable time being on a show, on a TV show? Being
a face of a brand and going to the Rugby World Cup. I did the coin toss there. I went to the UEFA Champions League final. It's meeting my hero, Thierry Henry. Yes, that's the highlights.
Yeah,
I met Thierry Henry. I'm an Arsenal fan. I'm a big Arsenal fan. And I met Thierry Henry in New York early on in my career. Then we got a chance to work with him again about 5 years ago. And this was a lot more intimate. We played soccer together. There's a place called the West Cliff. We went there for lunch. And I can say that during an event, we were watching the Champions League final. And Henri and I are backstage chatting about how disappointing the Game of Thrones finale was. That's
kind of surreal.
Yeah, you go, wait. These people are real.
Yeah, you know.
And the one thing that you understand about how life works is that life has a thing of rewarding you back. When you are a good person, life is good to you. It's the people that I've seen, I guess the word is fall off. It's the ones who have fallen off that I can always go back and go, I understand why. You didn't make people feel good.
Yeah.
In your space, people didn't feel good.
It's energy.
Yeah.
You know, energy, like, you know, we are energy.
Yes.
You know, and spiritually where I am now, I've grown to understand that we are spiritual beings having a human experience, not the other way around. Right.
Yes.
So karma is real. You know, sometimes it's immediate, sometimes it's like you ask yourself.
It takes its time.
Yeah. You know, because you wonder, why is this happening? Like, what did you make somebody feel horrible about themselves? Did you make somebody feel good about themselves? Because when you make somebody else feel good, it comes back to you.
And it's I'm a Jesus warrior.
Yeah.
And the book will tell you about how pride comes before the fall. And if you look back at history, and I look at the Old Testament as history, David, similarly, pride came before his fall. Solomon was given wisdom. So can you imagine being the smartest person on the planet, being the richest, and pride will still become the...
Yes, and he fell hard.
So it happens.
Yeah.
It really does.
Hold that thought. Let's wrap up the shoot now. It's done. Then we got...
That's the shot, right? So I think we're done.
Yeah,
that's the one.
Yeah, we've got... And then we'll sit down interview, and then we'll go.
All right.
I think we've done most of the talking here, so the sit down will probably be shorter.
Okay.
Lunga, it's a pleasure having you here.
Thank you for having me.
How was the shoot?
It was fun.
Yeah?
The shoots are always fun. I remember the first one we did. I'm happy to have my clothes on this time around. Yeah, it was fun. I enjoyed it.
Yeah, no, I like it when, you know, since we've worked together before, I know how you move. So like it went really smoothly. I think I'm happy with what we got so far. But you know, tell us a bit about yourself. Those who don't know who Lunga Shabalala is, I don't know if they've lived under the rock. Who is Lunga in a nutshell?
Lunga Shabalala is a media broadcaster, actor, producer from Pietermaritzburg in his 30s. I am the son of Unomusa and Tamsanga. I have 2 younger sisters. Yeah, man, I love what I do. I love broadcasting. I love media. I enjoy the ability to be part of a story, whether my story or someone else's story. I just enjoy that.
That's right.
And I'm a very huge sports fanatic as well.
That's perfect. That's great. Like Marisburg, I went to school in Marisburg, 1999 to 2002. Yeah, UNP, now UKZN, Marisburg campus. I love Marisburg. How did the environment shape you growing up with your mom and your two sisters to become who you are today? Your resilience, your character, your discipline to work?
I think it's a multitude of things, not just Maritzburg in its own. I have to thank my parents first and foremost, being the pillars and the direction that I needed in life. My parents are teachers. My dad is still a headmaster. My mom is more now in the Department of Education, the bureaucratic side of it. Maritzburg, the best way I can put it is when I was there, 1999, I was still in primary school, by the way. So, yeah, when I was there, it was the student town. It's a town to raise your kids. It's a close-knit community. It taught me a lot about discipline purely because a lot of what I did was based around school. My parents were very academically inclined.
That's right.
I love my sports. So majority of my days were basically wake up early, go to school, after school, play your sports, and come back, do the homework, rinse and repeat over and over again. I didn't have a lot of time to do any other mischievous things in that process. Yeah. So I love it for the mere fact that it gave me that routine, and routine is now a big factor in my life. I feel jaded or out of place if I don't have routine. So it's going to be the same things every single day. And I think having that makes you very anchored. And once you're anchored, you're able to pull back or pull to certain things if things aren't feeling right.
That's right.
Yeah.
That's right. And I think, family relations is so very important. How, I grew up in a very religious household. So I'll tell myself, I experienced everything for the first time in my life when I went to varsity.
Yes.
So I tell people I'm a late bloomer.
Yeah.
It's probably a good thing that, I was sheltered until my early 20s, late teens and early 20s. So yeah, family, and when your parents are very disciplined, they give you that, upbringing. Sometimes you don't understand it.
You know what I think it is about being a late bloomer? I can relate to this. It's the fact that you have a foundation to always guide you in terms of your morals, especially when you get to varsity and your parents aren't there anymore. There's always that voice in the back of your head that continues to guide you. And if you continue to be guided by your morals from the way that your parents taught you or your community taught you, it becomes the light that kind of guides you throughout your entire life. It becomes your North Star. You do know what right and wrong is because you aren't filled with all the thoughts of what happened in varsity. Because in varsity, you were able to overcome it, especially in those formative years. By the time you get to your 30s, your right and wrong doesn't sit in the gray area as much as it would have if you had maybe been more naughty in your teen years.
That's right.
Yeah.
That's right. You hit it on the head. So acting, what got you into somebody studying planning?
Yeah.
To segue into acting? How did that come about?
I've always wanted to be in media. That I know to be true because there's videos from when I was younger. We would have our own plays and my uncle would record it for us. They're still there. So it's always been something that I wanted to do. Even from being as young as 4 or 5 years old, when my grandmother would take me to church.
Yeah.
I'd come back and imitate the pastor. It's always been a part of me. I love to play in the medium where watch me depict my version of what I saw. I remember even writing a letter to myself in matric. We were told to write something to ourselves that we would open up 10 years later when we came back for a reunion. And the thing that I wrote when I was 16, 17 years old came to fruition when I was 26, 27. And a lot of it was based in the landscape of media. So yeah, it's always been a part of me.
And I think, our calling are not in black and white. Just like you, when I was in high school, I was very good with, computers.
Yeah.
So my family, everybody thought I was going to go into computer science or do IT.
Yeah.
But I found myself studying business information systems, my first year, being a first year, experiencing everything for the first time, going back, being a late bloomer. I almost failed my first year.
Yes, because you're playing catch up.
Yeah,
yes,
you know,
that
so
makes sense.
like I go to a point and I decided, you know what, I gotta change my course, you know. So I went into business.
Yeah.
You know, and from that, working in corporate and realizing that corporate environment is not for me, to being a creative. And now looking back, those were a misdirection, you know, for me to get to do I think this is my life purpose.
Yeah, it's the longer path, that shows you what is not for you. I can attest to that. So I remember before finally settling on town planning, I did a semester of civil engineering. And I cried myself through one of my days because the entire day was just filled with engineering maths. And a big part of me said, I don't know if this is going to be me. I don't see myself doing this for the next 60 years or so.
Years.
You learn what is not for you by going through these experiences.
That's amazing. And then we go back into the acting part, like River, such an amazing series. What are some of the challenges or the most challenging time on set doing it and the most highlights? Your highlights in those?
The highlights definitely had to be the people that you're surrounded with. The people who are the likes of Sindindla to Presi, Johnny Achai, Warren Masamula, Shomla Dandala. These were all thespians who had experience. And this was my first big acting gig. So I'm in the deep end, and I can say that I was learning on the job, but every day you woke up with the desire to overcome a challenge because you didn't feel good about the day before. And there was always a supporting cast around you who said, no, don't worry, we'll guide you through it. We did that for 3 seasons, 3 years of just sucking in and getting as much knowledge as I could, so that when I moved on to our next chapter, it was a lot more seamless. I will forever be grateful to Chaser Pictures for giving me the opportunity and for helping me grow into the type of actor that I know that I want to be. Because you're always learning yourself with different ranges of characters.
Yes.
And I know now that I live in the rom-com world. I enjoy, I can play drama, but I love playing stories that have humor in it while facing the true human experience.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
Gotcha. And like working with seasoned actors on River, I mean, and how was it? Like, do you feel like you had to up your game?
Always intimidated.
Really, I mean, you're working with big names, big actors.
You are always intimidated. To walk into sets every morning at 5 o'clock and have an Oscar winner in the same dressing room with you, to have someone who's now collected 5 or 6 SAFTAs for Best Actress, to sit in that room and to watch these people do their job. You want to show up as well as the best version of yourself. So you're doing more work, you're doing more classes, you're doing as much as you can so that you don't bring the production down. And the mere fact that our first season collected so many awards, I think we walked away with 12 or 13 SAFTAs, and Emmy nomination. It was big, and the whole country was talking about it.
Yeah.
So you want to be the person who's also contributing and doing their best.
That's right. And I think because it's a well-produced, the production is really good.
Especially for the first one, to do that well it's not something I've ever seen before. So I think we're probably the first to ever come out with a bang like that.
Yeah. Well, I hope we get more like productions like that. Being the face of Calvin Klein, being in the modeling space, being on Billboard, in the print magazines, and having all this big fan base. And you are quite active on social media too.
Yeah.
So what are how do you interact with your fan base? Do you find that are you able to distinguish between the fan base and your friendship if you go out? How is it being a celebrity?
I don't know what it's like to be a celebrity. I wish I could give you a better answer. The best way I can say this is my job has always been this since I was 21. I don't know the difference.
Okay.
So someone can say that they're in corporate and they can say they left corporate to jump into what I'm doing. And there's something that can differentiate.
Okay, I
On
got
my
you.
side, I grew up in the space. In terms of interactions with people, I try to be as authentic as I can, but I do have my boundaries. If there's one thing that I'm very clear about is I do know when someone is encroaching on Ulunga with a sense of entitlement as opposed to an appreciation. Because as much as people appreciate me, I do not take it for granted that people take their time to go watch what I do. Those 30 minutes, that hour, the movies that I've made, the sports shows that are presented and so forth. The mere fact that out of all the programs out there, you gave me that time. I really do appreciate it. So when we bump into each other, I am forever grateful because I sometimes don't understand the magnitude of what I'm doing. And it kind of reminds me of what God has blessed me with.
That's right.
So I try to be the tool and the vessel for whatever he wants me to do.
No, I mean, I can attest that you are one of the humblest, public personalities.
Can you say that again? I don't know if my mother's watching. Mama, listen to what you raised.
Because you're so patient. Like today, you've been so patient. You didn't indicate or do anything to make us, to rush us, and that's what, and it's not the first time I've worked with you, so I know that, you're
But
easy
that's
to work
what we
with.
do, though, George. I understand that you are trying to create something, and art is so subjective. And I can only imagine how hard it is for you to hand in a project, feeling as if, did I finish it? Did I not finish it? So when we're in the process, I always try to give people as much leeway as possible to explore your creative side, get things right, wherever you want to get it right, because this is your baby. And if I can play a part in growing this thing and God's blessing, it becomes one of the most viral podcasts in the country or even the planet, then I can say that, okay, I contributed my day to that thing and I played my part.
Thank you, and I really appreciate you for that. And let's talk something personal.
Okay.
How do you keep in shape? You look like, I think the weirdest comment that somebody's giving me, it's like, oh God, man, you look like you were carved out from Marvel comic book, right? But when I look at you, I'm like, no way, it's not you on another level, right here. So how do you keep in shape?
I think it's genetic.
Yeah.
I can't speak for you. You're way older than I am, but yet you're still in the shape that I hope I will be at your age. I think it's just genetic. I don't overthink it. I do enjoy working out, not so for the outcome, more so for the inner work that it has in me. There's a process that you go through when you are pushing yourself every day. And if you can push yourself very early in the day, then the rest of the day becomes automatic.
That's very true. And I find it for the past, I would say, I don't want to be dating myself here, but I've been consistent with my journey into fitness. It wasn't by choice. I was actually forced into, because I was having muscle pain from traumas, accidents that I've had growing up. So as growing up as an adult, I was finding a lot of, muscle pain, so I was advised to do resistance training.
Yes.
And then once you get into it, I was like, oh, okay. The side effects of it,
is this funny?
Yeah, and then from there, I've never looked back. And I've been consistent 3-4 days a week for the past 30 years.
Yeah.
And if I miss more than 3 days, I become so irritable. My temper is snappy.
Yes.
So it's become I'll say, it's something that I've become addicted to, and but it's a good addiction.
It is. It is. I also try to find ways to motivate myself to continue. So for myself, I will find myself signing up for things that are difficult. We're shooting this on a Wednesday. In 3 days' time, I'm going to be doing the warrior race, which is something I've never done before.
Nice.
Then I'll do cycle races. Then I'll do CrossFit challenges. I always have a goal that I'm trying to move towards. just so that you have these markers to say, okay, we're close to where we want to be. Because truth be told, people don't believe me when I say this. It's not the aesthetic that it is for me. It's the longevity, like you said. You want to be healthier in your 60s.
Yeah. And the more like a lot of people are now becoming aware that having strength training is a part of longevity. You know, it really is help when you get older. I see like there's some guys that I talk to, they're in their late 60s or mid 70s, and you can't even believe it. It's like, damn, like, are you that? But they're strong, they look younger, you know. And men, we are different, you know. The older we get, the finer we look.
I hope so. I really hope so. I'm getting a bit older, so I hope so.
Let me not show you a picture of me when I was 10. But it's good. It's good. But you know, another more personal, like, what's the life of your life? The love of your life.
Who is or what is?
Yeah, who is and what is? It could be what, it could be who.
The love of my life. There's no one romantic in my life right now that I can say the love of my life. There are many things that keep me going. It's family. Family is definitely up there. God, my creator, my Lord and Savior, Jesus Christ.
Nice.
The work that I do keeps me going. And the pressure to do better than I've done the previous year. I can't say that I've got this clear, vivid picture of what it's going to look like in 15 years' time. But I do know that I would have done better than I'm doing now. Everyday desire to discipline yourself to just be 1% better.
That's right.
So,
That's
right. I think those things are what keeps me motivated and what is the love that I can portray as the thing that makes me whole.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes. And I think that's you've eloquently put, because I think the little things that we do, the positive little things that we do, they are all cumulative, right? So eventually, you know, a week from now, you find that, okay, I've done something better, and then that's how we grow. And human beings, we were created for expansion. If you end up doing the same thing every day, you're not as, you know, growing, then what's the purpose of living?
Yeah, the one without purpose dies.
Yes,
the good book says,
yes, adapt or die, right?
Yeah.
Oh, cool. So yeah, I mean, I'm happy to have you here, and I think we've touched on a lot of things. What will surprise people about Lunga?
Whew. Well, I don't know. Some things are simple, like I'm left-handed. People don't know that. I'm actually not a big or loud personality. Now you spend time with me, you can tell that I enjoy conversing, but I'll never be out and about in terms of being loud and dynamic. I do advocate very heavily for mental health, men and women. I have lost a lot of people to that. I've struggled with that in the past.
Yes.
And I always try give people a space to tell their story the way they want to tell it. If I'm available to come to me to have that space to find a place of healing, I don't claim to have all the answers.
Yeah.
But I do understand that it's okay to not be okay. And we are all just fighting this journey. So I've always been and always will be the advocate for that.
That's right.
I try not to judge. I really try not to judge, because as flawed as we are, as human beings, we are all on this course to try to be a better version of ourselves.
That's good. And I've stopped. I think the past couple of years, I've developed and grown spiritually. So I don't judge at all.
Yeah.
I don't because I know that, yes, this individual is having his human experience.
Yes.
I'm having mine.
Yeah.
Who am I to judge somebody's human experience? That's who they are. So you accept people the way they are. But something you said about it's okay not to be okay.
Yeah.
As men, especially, because we are seen as, you have to be strong. You cannot show your emotions. You cannot cry. You cannot, express yourself. You cannot be vulnerable.
That's the most dangerous thing you can ever say to any man. To say to them that they don't have a space to be vulnerable is basically saying to them that they emotional human side has no right to exist.
That's right.
So if you are being told that that should not happen, then when that does happen, what are you saying? That I'm a broken man?
Exactly.
That there's something not right about me? So I'm the first one to say, guys, me tears can come, eh? You can cry to me, I will cry to you. I've done it many a time, and it's okay. It's okay. They call it leaking at times when you suppress something for so long that it starts to just come out involuntarily because you are not letting it be addressed.
Yeah. I'm a very emotional person by nature, but growing up being a man, I was once married, and now I'm a father to two wonderful kids, and I've never shied away from expressing myself, like my love for my children.
Yeah.
And educating them, letting them know that it's okay to have that emotion. It's okay to express it in a more respectable way. That you don't have to impose your will on another person, because you cannot change anyone.
Yeah.
And there was a time where a very, very close friend of mine, he was in a very, very dark place. I've lost a close of mine, they succumbed to suicide.
Yeah.
I don't say commit anymore,
Yeah.
because it's a battle, right?
Yes.
But I've also been in the presence of another close friend where, like, I just had to tell him, what, let it out, guy, let it go. And he just broke down, cried like a baby. I was like, I'm here for you.
Yeah.
And giving a person that space to express what they're going through. Because people don't know. People will see George here and they think, Mr. George, he's got everything ducked in a row.
Yeah.
They have no idea what one goes through behind closed doors when nobody's around. The persona that you see me, George, is not the person you see me behind closed doors.
Yeah.
Right.
It's the reality of a lot of humans, actually. Yeah. The growth that happens in the darkness. Yeah. And sometimes if you don't open yourself up to healing, then the dark things will grow.
Yes.
The heavy things will grow. Yeah. It's a necessity for humans. We're not built to do this life thing alone.
That's right. And darkness is also good. It's good for growth. Experience it all, the pain, the joy.
Yeah.
Because if you don't experience the pain, you cannot experience joy. Right? Because the joy, like, when the joy comes, then because you know how it feels, the opposite end feels like.
So your appreciation is greater.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly. And it took me a while to, like, mesh those two together. But, buddy, I'm happy to have you here. We've had a wonderful, wonderful session, and I'm glad that you jump on you are probably the quickest. When I told you, I said, let's do it. I like this guy, because, on the short notice, you filled the spot, and I'm glad that we created something. So, yeah.
Wait, I wasn't first choice. Hey. I was kind of the list.
No.
It's fine. No, George, thank you so much for having me. I appreciate it.
I appreciate you. Appreciate you coming here.
Yeah.
All right.